Hey, good morning, everybody. Sarasota, Tim, coming to you from inside my beautiful Flagstaff camper that I will be trading in a few days at the Tampa RV show for a huge, big diesel pusher. You know, those ones like the movie stars drive around in for $1 million. And if you believe that, I got some coffee to make for you. So let's get on over here and let's make it together while we talk. First of all, I got a cup of old coffee that I actually microwaved, and I'm going to enjoy that, try to get hopped up while this pot is making. But I thought I'd give you a tutorial on how to make coffee in case you don't know. First of all, you don't put that much coffee in your cup, so you spill it. I won't even be able to lift that up now. Can you see this? I won't even be able to lift that up, put it in my mouth. I'm going to put it over here to the sink and spill some out, so I got to do. Or try to drink it. Hang on. This is slurpable. Oh my gosh, that's good. But you know what? It needs another 20 seconds. 2 minutes just doesn't seem to be enough. I guess my microwave is not that strong. 20 seconds and going. Now, let's make a pot of coffee, shall we? I've already taken the liberty, like those cooking shows, to put everything out. Let's add our water first. I use 2 bottles of water. It'll take more. I got a big coffee maker, but why are you yelling, Baker? You got your mic on. You know this trick, right? Baker, you got to get some new material. I just don't want to make more than I'll actually drink or have to store. So between the cup I got in the microwave, man, that was good tasting. I got to get that back out right now. One more time, just in case you didn't see it once 100 times before. I'm telling you, it's a great trick. Think of all those years you stuck them in the trash or the recycle and you had, no room left. One filter. Are you guys getting this? This is good stuff. I took my brand new $2.50. Yeah, I got it. These are the best scissors I've ever had in my life. Got a nice clicking sound. I cut off because I can't reach down in there. But I'm going to use one of these clips here, which I should have gotten out already to be ready. I got these for Christmas last year from one of my subscribers. I got a whole box of them. They work excellent. I put them on toothpaste. I put them on anything. Bacon. Whatever I open. So I'm going to go 1 scoop, 2 scoops, and almost 3 scoops. I like coffee strong. It can never be strong enough. Well, it can get too strong. And now I hope I clipped it just enough to where, yeah, I can fold it. And look at that. Isn't that cute? It's all set up for the next one. Put that right up here next to the High House. And that's the Mac High House. All right, let's get that coffee back out and talk. Hopefully it's nice and hot now. I like hot coffee. Let me get you up here. Hang on. These tripods and all this stuff, this studio equipment. As you can see, it's still dark outside, but it is getting light, and soon. It's 7:07. I know I'm snorting and coughing and all, but I really feel much better today. I slept better last night, and I'm surprised at the time already. That's more like it. That's a little more warm. It's not hot, though. You know what it is? It's just right. It's just the right temperature, and this heavy whipping cream. Dang, that's good. That McDonald's coffee. That's the best coffee I've ever drank in my life. That really is. I love that McDonald's coffee. I hope you're having some coffee with me this morning. And I want to say thank you to all the physicians out there. No, I'm just kidding. No, I know you mean well, but I got everything from walking pneumonia, cancer of the lung, stuff I can't pronounce, PVS, SRY syndrome. I've got, because I took the shots, I got it all. And I got to agree with it. My doctor doesn't know either. There's a lot of stuff going around, she says. There's a lot of stuff going around. I tell you what I am ticked off about, and I am going to get an x-ray. I'm gonna ask, well, first of all, the 27th, I go to my doctor, and she's going to do blood work to check my cholesterol. Because of the last blood work I did, everything was good. The cholesterol was a little high. One moment, please. So I told her I started this carnivore diet, and I'm eating pork rinds, like crazy. And she said, well, that could elevate it. Let's just check it again, in a month or something like that. And now that time's coming on the 27th that I'm going to go in and do it. She said, if it still shows elevated, we will do a CAT scan, a CT scan, or whatever they are, one of them scans, I guess, to check me out. Here's a little short story for you. About 4 years ago, that's the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life. I went to a college that does dental work where kids learn, young adults learn to be dentists. And you can get minor things done, cleanings, fillings, root canals in the front, but no molars. A certain level, they only let them do. And they go very slow. I mean, I'd never do it again. It was ridiculous. I had to go probably 10 visits. And each time they go a little step, the doctor comes in, the dentist, and looks at what they did. And he's got 5 students in offices that he's rotating around, checking the patients to see if they're doing it correctly. You had to do all this stuff before you can even go in there. I had to get a health clearance, a physical. And then they wanted to clean your teeth first. I got the scaling done. Now, that's why I went. A scaling, they do quadrants, is very expensive. It's not a regular teeth cleaning. And so I paid them and all that. And here's the point of my story. I'll get to the point now. I'm getting an x-ray. I got this big lead vest on, and it's a panoramic. They got the good equipment there at the college. Who was the one that left the coffee maker open and not on? Baker, you are something. Now I'm going to run out of coffee. Hey. So I got this lead vest on, and you stand up, and it goes around you like this. It's not that thing that beeps in real close to your jaw, and you sit there in a chair and you hear a buzzing. They walk out of the room. So they come back and they're looking at the x-rays, and the doctor says, you don't need any dental work. You need to go to the doctor right now. Your carotid artery, your corroded, clogged up cataract vein, your carotid artery, that's what it is. I call it a cataract vein. I can't remember carotid. Shows solid right here. So, what is that, cholesterol or whatever? So I did. I go to the doctor, and not then. I'm like, yeah. Get back to the tooth. Do your job. But no, I did take it serious. So when I did go to the doctor the next time, or when I got on Medicare, because I'm not going to go to no doctor and I got to pay. when I feel fine, just check something. That ain't the way I roll. So I get 65 and I go to the doctor, and they said, oh yeah? So they did what they call an ultrasound, where they put this jelly on you and rub this thing around. They look at a monitor. You go in this room, you lay down, and they looked here, they looked there, and she agreed. It was a nice lady, and she said, yeah, I see it. You got it. But you have good blood flow. You have, there's no clogging of the blood. That's the important part. And she said, because there's a rotor-rooter job they do. They go in and they rotor-rooter those veins out. It's a procedure that people have had done that have this. And she said, but you got good blood flow. And I talked to the doctor afterwards, of course. And he informed me that people that get that, they got to be really clogged. I mean, like, I guess you got to stroke out first. No, really. They don't just do it because it's showing, and as long as the blood flow is good. I need to tell that to my primary here because she don't know anything about it. And see if it's gotten any worse. I mean, I should. I'm making light of all of this, but you, the community, those out there that have taken the time to type and make a comment that are being serious regarding my health, I am not making light of. I'm trying to be humorous, but you got me thinking. And I'm going to do what you're suggesting. I'm going to talk to this primary that is going to do this blood work and tell her I want the scan no matter what the blood work says, because let's talk about this thing. I forgot about that with her. So that's what I'll do. The walk-in pneumonia I got, I've read comments where some of you out there are saying that you're revolving around. Your family gets better, then somebody gives it to them, then they get better, then they send it back around. They're just sending it back around. And, I would think if I had pneumonia, walking pneumonia, or whatever pneumonia is, sounds pretty bad, that I wouldn't be going to the gym and feeling as good as I do. I've got some kind of annoying cough. Oh, and this is what ticks me off that I was going to tell you earlier. That elixir that I like, that codeine cough syrup, which works. Not those little beads they gave me that are like vitamin E pills that are for cough. They don't work. I've had them before. I got a bottle of them in there. I almost took some yesterday to save my elixir, but the elixir works. And so I had it, ordered because I have a one refill. And so I asked my pharmacist to give it to me. Oh, it's on back order. We don't know if we'll ever get it again. What? Is there such a demand for this codeine cough syrup? So tomorrow when I call that doctor, I'm going to say, let's call another pharmacy, Walmart, CVS, and one of the other ones, and let's ask them, do you got it? Before you even send the prescription over. Because I'm like a smoker down to his last few cigarettes in the pack. Oh man, I'm going to be running out. So, if I have this cough, the last thing I want to do is lay in bed all night long and bark like I did a few weeks ago. Horrible. All right, enough about the health and the wealth. What else have we got? Car still for sale. I got I don't know, probably some stroker, but I got a tire kicker last night that, what did he say? Wants the VIN number. So I immediately referred him to my Auto Trader ad, and I guess he wants to run a make on it, you know what I mean? Check it out, see if there's a rebuilt title or something to that effect, which I don't blame him. And I informed the person in a response email that all of that information is on the Auto Trader. I paid $100 for that ad. It provides you, anyone that is interested in that car, all the history and information. Even though it indicated a lien, and it wasn't lying. It's just that it wasn't released yet. It's probably gonna still say a lien because, I mean, how is that gonna be updated? I know DMV got updated. They contacted them, and the ad's been made, and they did what they did. I can call them again. I did once, and they said, well, that has to trickle down before that'll come off. So I don't care if it's on there. I wrote in the ad that it's not. But regarding the car, someone in Facebook, Facebook is such a scam, folks. Someone hacked my Facebook. Someone opened a Facebook with my picture. Everything. It looks like my Facebook. A different picture than the one I'm using. And they're putting the videos on my YouTube that I make on there. I don't do that. That's not me. So I contacted Facebook many times. I Googled it. And other people have had the same issue where some troll or somebody hacked their account, opened up impersonating them, and then saying all these things they like to do and having their big laugh. So I deleted last night on my Facebook. I only need Facebook for Marketplace. I don't post. I'm having a cup of coffee at McDonald's. I'm over here. I'm going to drink a Coke now. I used to. It's so silly. It's puerile. I think Facebook is puerile, and I got no time for it. I don't do Instagram, Twitter, or any of that stuff. So I went on my Facebook last night because apparently when I posted the car, within seconds, people are saying, hey, you posted your car on Facebook, I see. You're selling something. I'm okay, it's public, but what do you got a tracker on me? You're just like buzzing me. When I go take a pee, you got to know about it. You're following every second. Jeez. So when I first became getting a little more popular with the Social Security videos, I had people, I don't even know them. I still don't know them, friending me on Facebook. And so there's so many uncertainties in this social media that at this level, I don't have it just for my family and friends that I know. I had all these people on there that I don't even know. And I do remember chatting, with some of you. And anyway, I blocked everybody. I didn't block them. I unfriended almost everybody. I'm going to tell you why. So if you see that you were a friend of mine on Facebook and you're no longer a friend, it isn't you personally. I don't remember you or know you or trust Meta, Facebook, whatever they want to call themselves anymore. It's so stupid. So I just basically am going to use it to sell things whenever I want to. I've got a couple of those batteries that were sent to me for reviews that I'm selling. I've got my car on there and whatever else I might. You get nothing but scammers on that. I mean, it's really ridiculous. So I posted it on Craigslist, which costs $5. It's not even a free thing like Facebook. So Craigslist came up in the scammer. It was the bottom. Now it's above Facebook. So I don't know if it's people. One person sent me an ad for a car like mine, just like it, in a color that is a color I considered, and it's the extra charge color. Looks like cement. And it had 3,000 miles on it, just like mine. Same model, the touring model, and I don't know, 3,000, 4,000, whatever it was, less than mine. And they sent it to me. Now they know I'm not buying one. I guess they're just trying to say, hey, look, here's one, you're way overpriced, or I can buy this one for, whatever. So I go look at it. Now, anybody in their right mind, like the guy that wanted the VIN number, I look at it. First thing I read in the description, salvage title. You know what that is? The car was totaled. and rebuilt. It's got a rebuilt title. And they still want $31,000 for it. So, you know, maybe this person was just trying to show me, you know, what they cost or what somebody is selling one for like mine that's way cheaper, or I don't know what their motive was, but they wanted to send me this, and I sent them a reply back like, yeah, it's got a rebuilt title. Good luck getting anywhere close to that kind of money. Would you want to own a car that has been totaled, number one? Two, that means it got frame damage. Not total, but it had frame damage. Substantial damage that they have to put on the title, rebuilt, or what was that other word I just used? Whatever. No good. And they may have done a good job, the body shop, but do you want to spend $30,000 when you can spend a couple $1,000s more for one that wasn't rebuilt, that wasn't totaled, or wrecked, major wreck? I mean, that car was T-boned. I think it actually showed a picture in the photos of it. So, anyway, with all the stuff that goes with these social media things and everything, I just, on these friends, I want one slither of Facebook, and that's the marketplace. I don't even post, you know, about my profile. I just have an account. And so I removed, including, well, I'd be lying if I said that. I didn't remove people I absolutely know, but all those others, no disrespect to you. So if you see that, you may not even have checked me for a while. You just got me as a friend. I mean, you see people on Facebook, they got 3,000 friends, 300 friends. I mean, I got like 13 friends. Well, I have 111,000 beautiful souls that are friends, but, you know, people that I actually know that I, you know, would want to, you know, communicate with on a daily basis or weekly or something. So anyway, let's have some coffee. I'm getting hopped up. So that Facebook business is over. I think I finally had to send a copy of my driver's license and front and back and everything to Facebook a couple of times to tell them on that imposter page, and you know who you are, to remove it. I mean, it wasn't doing anything to me except for their little laugh, but who the heck wants that out there, right? Oh, fresh. Now that is the best cup of coffee I've drank in my life. Totally slurpable. So what are we going to do today? We're hitting the gym, baby. We're putting up some weight, and we're going to get some steps in. You know, last couple of days too, and it's not going to be that warm today. It's only going to be 65. But sunny. Yeah, it's going to be sunny today. It makes all the difference, right? I mean, you got to know, you folks in the north, that it could be 40 and no wind and sunshine, and you're happy, right? No snow falling. But yesterday, it was a gloomy, cloudy, solid sky covered with clouds. And it rained at 4 in the morning, and it didn't rain anymore, but it was just yucky. And so I didn't want to do a fireside chat last night, and I wanted to get some good sleep and whatever, and we'll do that tonight maybe. But I'm hitting the ground running this morning. My bed's made. I washed my face and hands, and I'm going to skip breakfast because that was reminding me I'm not going to make any breakfast this morning. I'm conflicted. I'm doing the carnivore thing, and people are telling me, hey, eat all you want. Eat till you're full. Eat till the cows come home. As long as it's meat, eggs, and seafood. Don't worry about it. So I put on 6 thin pork chops, and I made 4 eggs. They say large on the carton, but they're baby eggs. Maybe it's 2 extra large eggs, you know, or 3 eggs. It's not 4 eggs. So People are concerned about the cholesterol, the quantity of food, and all that. I got to agree. I mean, I was raised to believe that the egg yolk or whatever it is, gives you the cholesterol and all the bacon. Well, I see what my grease tray looks like when it gets cold and the grill cools down. It's solid what's in my vein, right? So these questions I want answers to, and I want to be confident. I don't want to build cholesterol. I don't want to stroke out. As far as an appetite goes, yeah, I'm a big eater and always have been. And I don't know where I put it. My stepfather who raised me told me I have a hollow leg. But I'm not going to make breakfast this morning. I'm going to maybe start introducing some intermittent fasting. Let me tell you about the fasting. The way I think in my mind, my psyche. If I just ate and I'm full, and right now I'm not starving to death, I'm not like, oh man, I got to make something to eat. I'm so hungry right now. I'm not at that point right now. When we get hungry, right? You get hungry. So when I get hungry, and I said to myself, okay, you're going to diet today. You're not going to eat anything. You're going to eat, one meal, or you're not going to eat much. I feel like when I get hungry, my mental, it's like, if I don't eat something right now, I'm going to starve to death. It's really weird. So the challenge is tough. You go, all right, I want to lose this gut. All right, I want to drop a couple of pounds. All right, I want to, I don't have a problem per se not eating certain foods. It's a little bit of a challenge. I gave up the bread. I haven't had bread in so long. I think about it every day, but I got to have it. But I got to have something. And some of the things that I'm having to have are not, the low carb. And so I'm not in ketosis. I'm not strictly carnivore. I'm not going to let this furnace run anymore. Here it is right here. Let's shut it off together. Ooh. Warming up between that coffee and everything. So I got to do better, and I read your comments. Remember, I read all the comments, folks. Yesterday, I didn't even reply to too many. I was chilling. I made a video, I'm not feeling the best and all that. And so, I appreciate you guys bearing with me when I go through these little swings, Can't always put out 5 videos a day and be on the top of my game, especially when I got some annoying cough. But I read the comments, and I understand about the portions. So we're going to reduce. I know some of you are going to say, you don't have to reduce. You can eat all that you want. And I've read a lot about, I've heard a lot about, I don't read much of anything, never have read. That's an ignorant statement, Baker. Well, I've read the Bible. That's really about the only thing I've ever read in my life. I don't read books. I don't know if you're like me, but I've tried to, and you get to the end of the bottom of the page, and you're like, what did I just read? My mind is busy. Now, I take in, and I really absorb what the Bible says. I've read it, a lot of my life, and I know a lot of it. But anyway, going on something else there. I'm bad about that. We are going to cut down and cut out eating. And before a lot of you get on to me, and I know that Fred and Rafaela are concerned, especially Rafaela. She's very concerned about the amount of eggs and bacon that I'm eating. And so is Fred. They're of the old school that worry about those kinds of foods as being high in cholesterol. That's the way I was raised too. But some of you have gotten me to, I'm sorry, I'm rubbing my eyes. They itch. Can't help it. Have gotten me to believe that eat all you want. That's carnivore. Meat, baby, meat. So you can see I'm a confused man. But we're going to cut it down. We're going to lose a couple of pounds. We're going to drop the gut. We're going to do some sit-ups. None of that works without sliding away from the table. and we're going to get those steps in. And it's a lifestyle, and it will go off in time, slowly, and stay off. We're not going to do any rush to judgment, rush to starve ourselves, which is what I'm also bad about. I mean, all of nothing or something, and that's it. Now, what else? Before I end this long video, that car is annoying me now, okay? It's annoying me this way. I want it gone. I'm going to lose a few $1,000. I am not going to lose $10,000. I will drive it first. I will keep it first. I will store it when I travel. I will just maintain my home base. I will do all the things that I really had planned to do when I bought it. And maybe that's what God's plan is. And I will accept that. I am not going to be hurt if I have to drive this car and keep it, if I have to own these two beautiful machines. But I want it gone because I'm saying I want it gone, and I'm trying to make it gone. And it's just, if you only knew what you would actually pay for a brand new one, because I bought that car, and what you're getting is the same thing. If you go do the new one, no, I got to have a new one. All right. The second you leave the lot, just like I did, you got this. You've got this. Now, if you would like to avoid having that hit, and you would still take a hit, 6 months or a year down the road as the car continues to depreciate, but not as much. So if I could only just reach the ears of someone, there would be people standing in line to buy that car. Honda dealers all across this country are selling Hondas every day. And more specifically, they're selling the Accord hybrid touring model in white with the gray interior every day. People are seeking that car and they're buying that car. They're financing it. They're doing whatever. Cash, however they pay for it. They're looking for that car. They want that car. That's the car for them. If they only knew what was waiting for them, it would be gone already. And, I'm doing everything I can. I've got it on the advertisement. But for some reason, it's only been a few days or a week or so. So, my Tundra is still sitting on the front line at the Ford dealer over here. He hasn't sold it. It's on Craigslist for $37,000. So it does take time. And, my patience is like, be a little more patient, Baker. And the few people that I've gotten, have been tire kickers or strokers, sending me another ad for another car. Or somebody responds, you're going to lose 10 grand on that car. You don't know what you're talking about. And meanwhile, they're the big appraiser. They're the big knowledge of what cars are worth. Meanwhile, they couldn't even buy that car. Anyway, I'm saying I want to go from my annoying feeling so I can become more of a minimalist. Just to know that, hey man, every time I wake up in the morning, all I got is this camper and the Super Crusher. And whatever's in that storage out there can go right in here or in the back of that huge truck, and I could get it. I could get it, and there's nothing stopping me. I got no side hustle job here that I got to go stock shelves or pass out crackers. All I got to do is think, hook, go. And I love that. And I can do the same thing right now, but when I get through going, I got to be back here because I got the ball and chain right there. But in the next, I don't know however long I'm going to say, I'm going to wait and be patient. If it doesn't, the ad can run forever. The ad is good till it sells. So I ain't worried about that. I can just let it sit in there. But I might even raise the price if it doesn't go in the next month, because then I'm faced the fact that it's just going to be something that's meant for me to have. I'm supposed to have it. And I'll start driving it again. But it's annoying to see it sit there covered and I'm not enjoying it. I'm not paying for it anymore. It's just sitting there. And I'm driving the truck, which is not a problem either. But it's like, I want it gone, or I want to be back in the mind that I had when I bought it, which was for other reasons too, that I can just enjoy it and drive it. I'm not thinking about selling it. I love it. And so I want to get to that state. I'm in this limbo mode. I mean, I went and get it all. I got it all cleaned up, covered up, took everything out. I mean, there's things hanging off the glove box. It's just like it rolled on the showroom floor. I didn't take any of that off. The window stickers in there, everything. That's a brand new car for, I got it for $36,000. That's what it is. For, it's just under $36,000. It's $35,950 in one place, $35,888 in another place. And that's it. That's it. I think that $35,500 would be probably, you twist my arm, you got cash money, you show up, you got it. You got it. And let me tell you, that's going to be a painful thing to do, to let that car go after what I just paid for it. But it is what it is. You know, the car is worth what somebody will give you for it, but they're not going to give you 40 grand for it. I mean, you might find somebody sleeping, you know, if there was in a big demand time like back in the pandemic days when people were paying 10 grand over sticker, you know, where they give you more than you paid for it. The dealers were doing that. But that isn't the case anymore. So, all right, enough on that. So we've talked about medical, cars, medical and cars again, and medical and cars again one more time. Now it's time, it's 7:40. It's Sunday. It's time to give honor and praise to the Lord. And it's time to be kind and generous. It's one day closer to Donald Trump getting in there in the Oval Office and begin his onslaught of just taking and making America great again. It's that big celebration day coming where America is going to be in the streets. I mean, literally, we're going to be in the streets celebrating. Hats are going to be throwing in the air. It's going to be amazing that, and we are coming to light on the truth now. Isn't it amazing, folks, how an intelligent number one country in the world, on the planet, that has been duped and brainwashed. So many of us, not the majority of, thank God, or we wouldn't have voted for him, but at least a lot of us were coward to not mention his name out of, people criticizing us. And now we see the media has been telling one lie after the other. Isn't it true? Like on certain social medias, you're finding out now that it's all been a lie. They just make it up against individuals, people, president, everything. Everything they talk about on that media is a lie. I mean, unbelievable. And they use all of their, what they think is their credentials to convince people. And the poor people that sit around that are naive, that are gullible, that sit there and watch the evening news and they just like gulp it in, drink the Kool-Aid, as they say, and believe these lying fools. I mean, terrible lies. It's beyond belief, folks. I thought that only China, had a controlled media where people, and generation after generation has been born and raised and have never heard the truth. They don't know what's going on outside of China. They only know what their government tells them. Well, guess what? Wake up and smell the coffee. That's exactly what we've been getting. They've been telling us what they want us to know. They wag the dog. When they're over here stealing and robbing us, they're creating and doing some things that are beyond anybody's imagination. I mean, I don't want to get into it because I'm not a conspiracy person, but a lot of the heinous things that we've seen happen in our country, we've seen what they try to do to the man. Don't think that they wouldn't, out of their, to have self-preservation, to keep that power. They will burn down. Look what he's trying to do right now, this administration. There's nothing past these people to keep power. The trillions of dollars, the power, the military, the control they have has gone to their heads so much that you're expendable. You know what you're worth? You're worth less than nothing. So wake up, think for yourself. Pray to the Lord that he gives you direction and wisdom to know the truth and to stop watching it, And I don't even know if some of the things that he's going to do, Trump, is going to be in our best interest. I mean, even he has people, even Musk, all of these people have people that can come to them and say, look, just like Trump said one time, these lawyers, they get into the lawyer firm, a young lawyer, and he's made partner, and he wants to do the best for his constituents, his customers, his whatever we're called when we retain an attorney. The big guys in the firm say, oh, no. Let us tell you how it really goes. This is about billable hours. This isn't about helping anybody. We're going to create problems where none exist because this is about billable hours. And believe me, folks, that's what they do. Trump said that before in 2016. They get elected, they get in there, they walk around those halls of the White House and the Congress, and they look around, they see these pillars and all these tall ceilings and everything. They say, I'm never leaving. What do I got to do? Where do I sign? I'll be part of the good old boy program. Yeah, heck with them. It's us. Yes. And that's what happens. That's what happens. It goes all the way back to Adam and Eve and the devil coming in. Oh, eat the apple. He just doesn't want you to know the truth because that way you'll be like him. He doesn't want you to be as smart as him. Eat that apple. It's good. It'll give you, you'll wake up. And that's what they tell in their most deceptive ways, like a magician, like the best magician you ever saw in your life. They use deception, lies, and non sequiturs, and all of these things to get us to where we were. And now, by the grace of God and the direction of Donald Trump and his administration, and learning from the first time around, we have got this ship coming about, this sailboat coming about and back on compass in the direction to make America great again and start crushing it.